Hello everybody, how you guys doing? Blue, what's going on, man? Happy Sunday. Hope you've had a good weekend. Grab some things out of the mystery drawer here. You and you. And I think we're good. Alright. Hey, 29 months, thank you. I appreciate that, dude. Alright, Zen, what's going on? What's going on? Alright. Dude, no problem, Zen. It's totally cool, man. There is a dude that drove all the way out from Dayton after work just to stop by for like 45 minutes and say hi, but it's cool that you weren't able to make it. I mean, you're busy. it's all good, man. Seriously. Weekend was great. I see your brother. Oh, cool. Alright. Got a basic game Kill Team and the Mandrakes. Oh, the Mandrakes are good? Is that it? That's legit. It's basically hobby hangout right now. Okay. Alright. I gotta do something. So, okay. I'm gonna get this straight here. These big artillery pieces. This doesn't tell me what sprues are in this set. He just sent the loose sprues. But these things are all on these three little sprues. Maybe. I don't know. I thought they were bigger than this. But that's what she said, and I guess that's what I'm saying. So, so we're gonna try to make this work with what we got. So, they suck to play against. Oh, that's too bad. That's cool though. Good old Drakari getting something good. Good for them. All right. Well. Let's get started with piece 1 and 2. I'm just gonna assemble this. That's piece number 2. Okay, do both of those. So this is 2 models on here, or I guess there's actually like 4 models on each one, but it's two artillery pieces. Piece number 1. Okay, it's a similar looking piece. Yeah, that's right. It's right over here. Band of Goblins, welcome in. Space Agents can make it they can when touching heavy terrain and not a valid target. Warp onto another piece of terrain. Man, that's cool. That sounds like Mandrakes. That's cool. I can see how that's really frustrating though. How's the cake? The cake was really good. Honestly, Zen, it was super light and fluffy. Like, yeah, it wasn't dense or rich at all, which is crazy. Like the frosting was super light and like airy, and the cake was like very spongy, and none of it was overly sweet. It had like a chocolate ganache on the top and on the back of it. That was really like sweet and more rich, but there wasn't much of it. So it was a very interesting cake to eat. It was very different and it was really good. So these pastes are very light, I'm sure. Yeah, it is very nice. It is. Yeah. So man, I had a really fun weekend. I did a lot of fun stuff. Oh, that was a fun game. I can play Shadow Blast. Yeah, that's what matters. That's what matters. That's good though. What kill team were you playing? Is there a kill team that you were playing, or something different? Band of Goblins. We have so much fun painting these Chaos Chosen, the mutations. Yeah, that's really cool. You know, painting Chaos mutations is not my favorite thing, but I can see where people would really enjoy it. So, the Kroot. Okay, you're playing the Kroot. Yeah, nice, nice. You won a game finally. Nice, man. Congrats. So you're complaining about his army, and then it's like your first ever win. Yeah, the Farstalkers. That's really cool. budget, an amazing weekend. That's awesome, Zen. That's what's up. Guys, it was Zen's birthday yesterday. Just so you guys know. Yeah, it was his birthday. So we actually went and got dinner. It was supposed to be like lunch on Friday, and then we literally got like snowed out. Like the weather was crazy on Friday, so we met yesterday, and it ended up being like later, so it was like dinner because they're closed like between lunch and dinner. And I got to try totally new nationality of food, I guess, and it was awesome. So I'm really excited. Be happy about that. Yeah. Birthday boy over here. Used to painting Eldar, so mutations are cool. Yeah, it's really good. It's a good change of pace. Yeah, I have like the itch to paint stuff, paint my own stuff now. So I'm all like pumped. I was a little kind of drained there for a while, but playing games and having some finished minis that have been sitting on the desk for a while, and my pile of shame is running very low. Like, I feel like I gotta restock sometime soon. I need the budget to restock is what I need. Oh, you finished the campaign, Blue? Yes. Dude, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for you to find Leandros, to see him again. Yes. We were talking about that, guys, on Wednesday, me and Blue. He's like, yeah, I'm playing through the campaign, and he was talking about, like, everybody being suspicious of Titus and his chaos corruption. Yeah. And I was like, man, it's like that guy from Game 1 that was, you know, that, like, reported him to the Inquisition. What was his name? Oh, it was Leandros. Yeah, that guy. That guy was a chump, always wanting to follow the Codex. Surprise, surprise. That's so good, dude. That's so good. I want to make... Alright, I want to make an Ultramarines chaplain. If they put a chaplain in the 11th starter box, and I can make it... I'm going to make it Leandros, and I'm going to throw him in to, like, die every game I play at 40k. That's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, Zen and I went to a Japanese restaurant, and it is a ramen restaurant. Now, I've been to, like, sushi restaurants before, and I've had some other, like, meal options at sushi restaurants, like yaki udon and, you know, tempura vegetables and gyoza and all that stuff, and I've eaten that, and it's great. Like, I love it. It's really good. I have never had, like, proper Japanese food, I feel like, and, we got probably way too much food, but we got a lot of food, and it was pretty insane. So I got what was it called? Tonkatsu ramen, right? Yeah, that's what I got. It's like the pork broth ramen, basically, and I got a side piece of katsu, pork katsu or whatever. Dude, yeah, I was full, man. And then we got an order of gyoza. Zen got curry. Was it beef curry? G-Man returns and says, guys, it's not a holy book, it's a suggestion. Yeah. The beef curry with chicken katsu to go with it, yeah. And then we also got takoyaki. Is it takoyaki? Takoyaki? What is that? Dang it. Takoyaki, I believe, is what it's pronounced. It's the little pancake balls with octopus inside. And the bonito flakes, the fish flakes on top. Takoyaki, yeah. I did not expect to like the takoyaki, and it was amazing. I loved it. I love the fish flakes. They tasted really good, and like the just all around, like it's a little pancake ball, like crazy. I know, crazy. I did not expect to like those. I see those in like videos and like shorts and stuff, and I was like, I don't know. And I was like, you know what? We're here. I'm gonna try it, and I did, and I was really happy that I did. because it was really good. Squid is where I draw the line. Okay, octopus and squid don't taste different to me. Is there a difference? I don't eat either of them often, so you know, maybe I am maybe I don't have a very good taste memory. Yeah, yeah, they're both just like a really mellow, like somewhat chewy meat, right? Like that's pretty much it. It was legit though. Yeah. I also got a girly drink. What is that? Calpico? The strawberry Calpico. It's like a strawberry milk drink. That's my drink. It's very pink. It tasted like a strawberry Haichu. You guys have ever had that candy? That's what it tasted like. Yep. Calpico. Yep. Yeah, it was legit. I was carrying it around with me and everything. It was cool. Calpico? Is it Calpico? Anyway, yeah, it was good. And we went to an LGS and stuff. Pico, like Pika, like Pikachu. Is that what they named it after? You know what Zen does though? Here's what he does to me. He's like, yeah, they have these drinks. That's what this is, and I pick the one I want. I'm like, yeah, okay, strawberry sounds good because I don't want like melon or anything, you know. And he's like, yeah, it's cool. All right, cool. And so I get it, and then he's like, nah, it's the girly drink. And he just like makes fun of me the whole time. That's what he does. After I bought it, he could have said something before I bought it. But he waits until after I buy it, and I commit, and then he's like... Exactly. Yeah, you see? I'm just getting made fun of it, though. I'm getting made fun of. What's going on, Rasia? Nothing is wrong with octopus or squid. Yeah, I don't get them often, either. Nope, it goes this way. That piece goes in there. Look at that little, like, 60s sci-fi rocket. Crazy. You guys are lucky. I found more demos to play. I have 3 more demos I was thinking about playing tonight, but I want to talk about my games and stuff today, so I figured I would do that. Can you play them solo? Yeah, Blue, yeah. So the maps, the individual like operations or whatever they're called, you can play solo, or I think you can just play with AI companions, or you can open it up and have rando people join. So you'll play with AI and then random people can drop in. The Super Bowl has a ton of AI ads. Really? Oh, that's so bad. They're... Yeah, whatever. I'm not watching any owls this evening. So, what's up, Misfit? Drag through the story by people grinding missions. Yeah. The operations, they're not like crazy. They're not heavy on the story. It's very much like if there's something you need to listen to, you'll have the opportunity to listen while you're running around or doing whatever, getting more ammo or something. So, it's very much so the operations, what they are. If you remember going through the campaign with Titus and how you're like, you know, before a mission you talk about like, yeah, we're going to do this, and also there's going to be another team going and doing this. Or Titus is talking to another team on the Vox while you're going through your mission and stuff like that. They're talking about these different things. Or they're talking about like the Hive Tyrant, they gotta go kill the Hive Tyrant, or things like that. You're the one doing those things now. That's what it is. Yeah, so they talk about these different things that happened in the background, and you're doing all the background story. Yeah, so you're just filling in the gaps. Capture my attention the way I hoped it would. Yeah, I think it's really fun. It's a really fun game, but I'm not much of like a multiplayer gamer, and I'm also not much of like a shooter gamer either. So like the amount it captures my attention is, I guess, just a little limited. Okay, it goes like that. All right, perfect. Oh, Thunderhammer. Yeah. Yep. You're playing the supporting character stories. That's exactly right. And they just happen to be whatever chapter you're playing as, so. Doesn't have the replayability, yeah. I mean, it's a shooter, that's kind of what they do, right? I think it's really fun when you're playing with people you know and you kind of mess around and stuff. To me, the grind of it isn't fun as like an individual. But if there were people that messaged me and were like, hey dude, do you want to play some Space Marine? I was available, like, yeah, I'd play it. Okay. We're building the new Votann minis here. We got 13 and 15. Okay, we're on the legs. It's 12 and 14. Okay, they are 15, 15, 13, 13. Okay, we went 13, 15. I just can't believe these three little sprues have, it's essentially like eight or 10 minis here. Play something together, it's gonna be vampires. Oh man, dude, we could totally play Vampire Survivors together. So, this weekend I played Vampire Survivors with my son, and we, like, quote unquote, like, beat, I guess, the one of the big bosses from the stage 5 where you go and beat the Reaper. It's like all the Reapers combined and you kill that guy. And oh, okay, yeah, I will. And so we played that and beat that, and he was freaking out. Kid was freaking out. So Rager, we were at the local game store, and they had Star Realms for sale, which I haven't seen in a local game store in a long time. But they didn't have Star Realms. No. It was a Star Realms deck box. It was literally the only Star Realms product they had. It had no cards in it. It was just a giant box with Star Realms art to hold all of your cards. That's all. Nothing else to it. I thought it was funny, like, no cards or anything, just... Okay, so these legs are splayed outward. That's what it looks like. Yeah, it was like a full-size, like, large board game box. Which, I own physically only the base game. And I have a couple expansions on the digital version, but, like... Does that go there, or will that go? That go there? Ooh, no, see, it won't at all. It won't go there at all. Alright, so it has to go here. Okay. What's up, T-Slayer and Star Laser? Welcome in. Welcome in, guys. So, I do want to tell you guys, I played a Horus Heresy event today. It was a Zone Mortalis event. And yeah, I took some pictures. I posted some pictures in the Discord, in the after action section. Let's see. Yeah, superb owl painting stream. That's right. Yep. I do not care, and I figured that there is a rather large subset of you guys that don't either. So why not chill? Why does that not look right? It'll look right here in a minute. We gotta fit these other pieces in, right? 12 and 14. So there's 12 and 14, and we'll do another one. But we had 8 people, which is really cool. And it was four loyalists, 4 traitors, and we did you know, kind of the 2 against each other. So if you played on the traitors, you only ever played loyalists, and you know, vice versa. It was cool. It was a good mix of factions. We didn't have one repeat faction, which is really nice out of 8 people. We had Mechanicum and Solar Auxilia represented. Everybody brought completely painted armies, fully painted armies, which was really cool. It was kind of like a requirement we kind of made, but it was really good. And we had 4 really nicely like laid out Zone Mortalis tables. So I haven't played Horus Heresy. I played a game. It was about a little over a week ago. I played with Zen. We did a learning game, but before that, last time I played was beginning of November. So it's been a while since I played like a full game of 30k. And okay, Guardian, welcome. This is Votann. Yep, I'm building the Earthshakers, the artillery, or the reverse artillery. Okay, these connect right into here. It's there, looks like it. Goes right there. Sure that kind of lines up. That lines up. They lay nice and flat. Okay, sweet. All right. Yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun. So my first game was against an Iron Hands player, who used to play Blood Angels. I play him a lot. He's really good. He definitely doesn't mess around when it comes to his lists and stuff. He tends to bring somewhat stronger lists, and he plays pretty serious. I think his normal group, I don't think he's from like the area, even though he participates in most of our events, but his like normal group is a little more cutthroat. But we played. I was looking forward to playing against Iron Hands because I have some things I feel like counter Iron Hands pretty decently with shooting, and so I got to try those out, and they did work pretty well. One of the things that worked against me was a bit of the positioning, and then he had kind of a way to pull units out onto the battlefield in the middle of the game, kind of like a pseudo deep strike type thing, and was able to get to threaten my objectives before I could threaten his, and yeah, it ended up going his way at the end, and it was like 32-26 was our final score. So pretty close game. We killed each other. We both had the same number of units dead. I think as far as models on the field, if we were to continue the game, which I realized later we were supposed to continue to a turn 5 and we didn't, but if we were to continue to a 5th turn, I definitely had the upper hand going into a 5th turn. So yeah, not moving to a fifth turn definitely hurt me, but I would have killed a lot more, and I would have probably gotten units off of objectives, his units off of objectives, so that could have changed quite a bit. But yeah, either way, it was a lot of fun, and it was close. We beat the crap out of each other. Notable thing, I took Ahriman, and Ahriman's a very good duelist. And he's really good in melee, like deceptively good in melee for being, you know, like a book nerd or whatever. And I didn't fight in any duels, but I did go into combat and just whiff against a bunch of like breacher type units. I think they're called immortals, or like Iron Hand unique breachers. And then his last turn we were fighting in melee, and he hit Ahriman with like a weapon. does like 2 damage, it's AP 2, and he wounded him twice with it, and I had 2 4-up saves, and I failed both of them and died. And that was just kind of like, there goes my warlord. Great. So that was kind of like a poopy luck kind of thing with when it came to Ahriman. It kind of stunk. Yeah, otherwise, I got a decent little use of psychic powers. Did some good damage on stuff. It was a pretty decent showing. I would like to play like a more full-size game against that army, though. I feel like I'd get to showcase stuff a little better. So, maybe someday. The second game I played was against Mechanicum, and if you guys aren't familiar with the YouTuber, he is Imperial Truth YouTuber, so he has a Mechanicum focused like 30k channel. I think he does some lore, and he does like crazy math stuff, like he's like a college professor, and he talks about like, how does an exterminatus really work and like ridiculous stuff like that. But so we played a game, and he might talk about our game on his channel. I think he was gonna do some after action stuff, but we played, and definitely from the kill side of things I had the upper hand, and I was doing really well, and I was pretty much convinced that that I was going to win, except like I wasn't quite sure. I was like, man, it's like, he's been scoring a lot of points. I wasn't paying attention to his victory points in the game. I was just paying attention to my own. And so I was doing that, and there's this crazy rule that if in order to capture the objectives, I love this rule too. I love it, even though it screwed me over. But if you want to capture an objective, you have to take an intelligence test. And in Heresy, intelligence is it's one of your leadership stats. Every unit has 4 leadership stats, and so Mechanicum naturally are very high intelligence units, and Space Marines are pretty average overall. So he had an advantage on that. But the number of points you pass the intelligence test by is the value of the objective. That's how many points the objective is worth. And if you fail the intelligence test, then the objective isn't worth anything. You can't capture it. And you can keep trying it every turn. So if you get it, it's only worth 1 point. You could try the test again and try to make it worth more points. Here's little artillery pieces, and they have different backs on them there and everything. So you got 2 of those. So notably, we took our test, and when I was capturing objectives, I was taking my test, and I was getting like, this one's worth 1 point. This one's worth 1 point. And he was taking them, and it's like, this one's worth 3 points, which is the max. And he's like, this one's worth 3 points. And so he was, from the outset, he was kind of farming points a lot better than I was. Let's see, 19. It was 19. But I was pushing him off objectives and killing stuff. I did have a crazy situation where I lost Ahriman in a duel, not because I couldn't kill my opponent, but because it was an assassin, an Adamus assassin, and he has a rule where if he gets killed in a challenge before he fights, he gets to fight anyway. And I killed him from the outset. I killed him right away with Ahriman, and then he attacked me back, and I had 2 4-up saves I had to pass. I just had to pass one of them, and I failed them both and died again. So like Ahriman failed all of his invuln saves and died in both of my games, which was pretty lame, honestly. But it's funny, but it still hurts. So yeah, the Mechanical were basically, they were doing the R2 thing where they just like sticking the middle probe into the little circular thing and going at it, I guess. But I had some good moments. I had 1 melee unit. My Kenatai blades were like pushing back his melee unit. I had a Centurion with lightning claws that won a challenge against a Myrmidon like sergeant that's really good duelist and everything, and I killed him, which was really cool. Felt good. And even though the Myrmidon they have this crazy gambit, this crazy challenge gambit where they choose it, and then before anyone attacks, they just shoot you with their guns at point blank range, and they're like Space Marine killing guns. And I survived that volley, and then did wounds, and then like we fought each other again, and I killed him. And then that same Centurion of mine dueled one of his like Magos characters, and the Magos character did that gambit to me and killed him. So he ended up dying to the duel, but his squad of Kinatai like pushed the enemy all the way back to the end. And then there was kind of this part of the match where I was holding 2 objectives worth 1 and 1 objective worth 3. And my 2 1 objectives, I was like, you know what, I should test to try to increase the value on these. And both of them failed. Like, I need an 8 on 2d6, an 8 or lower, and I failed. Which that is like a 70-something% chance, if you guys aren't aware, like an 80% chance. So I failed that test on both of them. And I was like, okay, the next turn, like, well, I have to take the test to see, because I have, I need to get these points. And I tested on both of them, and they both failed again. So I failed 4 leadership 8, like, leadership tests. And, yeah, and at the end of the game, I killed his Warlord too with plasma guns. That was really satisfying. I wiped out a whole unit of Castellax and a Magos, his Arch Magos, with 1 volley from plasma guns, which is really cool, which is like Thousand Suns, like primo strategy. But let's see, there's 24. At the end of the game, I didn't bring my cheater dice, that's right. At the end of the game, I had 31 points, and my opponent had 32 points. And even he was in disbelief. It was really funny. He went through and he was redoing the math like 4 times to try to make sure, like, that was actually what the result was. And I ended up losing by 1 point, which was so good. Like, that's so perfect to just lose, like, to have a 1-point game. I think that's great. But yeah. My Ahriman dice and my intelligence test dice failed me. I hadn't played Zone Mortalis before. No, you can't. No, you can't be mad at that. And like, this is one of those games again. If we had one more turn, it was mine. Like, I had the upper hand. I was killing stuff. I had him stuffed in his back corner basically at that point. So, yeah, it was a good game. I shot the stuff that needed to be shot. I punched the stuff that needed to be punched. Like that was good. My opponent also brought his Vulturax, the brand new like floaty Mechanicum dude, and it's fully painted up and everything. It was gorgeous. It's massive too, but not so massive that it can't be in Zone Mortalis. So it was really cool to see on the table, and it did some crazy shenanigans too. Can you run the Stilt guys, or is he too? Yeah, no, you can run the Stilt guys. No, they're cool. They're just infantry. The Skitarii. I mean, you can run Dreadnoughts and stuff. Oh no, he's too lame. Much too lame. He is not 30k, he's 40k. The good-looking Stilt guys are in 30k. The Skitarii. Oh, I have to get their chess piece here. 21. Where's piece 21? Alright. So, unfortunately, those games all took a lot longer than I think everybody expected. and the final games of round 2 didn't end until like 5:30, and we planned on the event ending at 5:30. And you know, we were kind of taking our time and having fun and stuff, so we decided to call it. The guy running the event had his teenage daughter with him, and they live an hour and a half away from the store, and so you know, I want to get home and get dinner and everything. Like, it was, yeah, so it was going to be too much, so we didn't continue, but it was a really fun time, though. I feel like I'm learning stuff every time I play, which is nice, and there's more stuff I want to paint. I just have to get it. I need to fix my printer this week. It's what I need to do. That's another thing. What's wrong with it? It's the same issue. I never messed with it. The Z-axis like bolt was sticking. Yeah. I just completely put that like out of my mind and didn't bother to think about it anymore because I didn't want to. But if I get more minis, I'm gonna need more like more shoulder pads and stuff, and I'm gonna need oh, what else? That thing sit. Okay, sits kind of weird. I want to print some tanks and stuff, and base toppers and all that kind of stuff. So, gotta do all that. So that was my Zone Mortalis event. I'm trying to think of like some good stuff that happened. Yeah, getting to use my I use my Saturnine Terminators. They were fun. They were super durable. They lived through the first game. The second game they didn't, but they did eat a lot of shots. So they definitely made my opponent put a lot of rounds into him. It's another thing. Like, maybe it may have been better to put a cannon on him and then a one of the fists. I think may have been better, even if I didn't bring the flamers on their fists or something, but like jump them into melee. They are super slow though, so maybe they'd never make it. I don't know. It's a tough call, but I did magnetize them, so it might happen. There we go. There we go. All right. Little tykes here. Let's get your backpacks on, and then we'll get to the next minis. So, next 40K campaign book is coming out. You guys see that? The Maelstrom stuff was the Sunday preview, and I am once again surprised that Cathay and even the Xenos characters that were announced back in November are just all ignored. It really is like balls to the wall 40K. That's like the mode GW is in right now. Okay, we're gonna put the heads on them later. We'll set them to the side. with the next one. 31. Need both feet. I don't know. Anybody here jumping in on the Maelstrom stuff? One of the cool things they talked about having in the next campaign books is it's a narrative thing. It's not a competitive thing, but there is a build your own character system. So it's like, maybe, yeah, my niece can't handle jumping. Yeah. So they actually have like a build your own character system, which seems pretty interesting. I'm sure by the end of the week we'll see how the system works, but yeah, it's a narrative thing, and I think it's similar. I think Age of Sigmar has something for their like Path to Glory system of like a build your own character. But they were describing it, and they were talking about, do you want to recruit with a rail rifle, or like a recruit shape with a rail rifle? They said like an Imperial Guard commander and a Sentinel, like stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm curious how they do all that. Here are some of my favorite aspects of the game. Yeah, I wish the game lent itself more to narrative. If there's someone that came up with Xenos codexes for Heresy 3.0, I think it'd be great. I think that game could work really well with everything. But the stuff looks pretty cool. I hate the look of Huron Blackheart himself, but they have some cool minis. I like the Renegade Space Marines and how they're not just like full chaos. They're like actual, renegade looking Space Marines. I think that's really neat. We got piece number 32. Red Corsairs rules but not Fallen. That would be probably a rather appropriate Fallen rules set, right? Would be just Renegades. Wouldn't that kind of be like the place where they'd be? Your event was crazy. 20 people showed up. Yeah, and that's Gundam, right? Is that Gundam, Zen? That you're running, the Gundam TCG? Yeah, for Gundam, nice. If Cypher can be used, that's true. I don't see why not. Yeah, we'll see. There's new detachments. I think there's they said new Votan detachments. New Eldar, new there was something else, Chaos, and then I can't remember what the other one they said there was. Still riding the high. Yeah, that's legit though. Yeah, that's great. All right. Suppose you put their head on right now? No, I don't want to do that. No. Well, these heads are like specific to the models, are they? I guess we will. 40. Okay. And this week, my streaming schedule is going to be a little different. So I am not streaming on Thursday. Someone in the family is having a minor medical procedure and I need to be there. So that'll pretty much be my morning / early afternoon. So no stream for me that day. And then Friday, the painting son's off school. He's got a 4-day weekend next weekend. It's a little ridiculous, yeah. So Zen, if you want to come hang out on Friday, more than welcome. If you want to come hang out on Friday and we all play a game of Horus Heresy together, and Painting Son can use some Salamander squad like on your team or something against me, that would also be totally cool. Okay, I'll put these other heads on. Charles, that's true. That's true. All right. Yeah, hey, what's up, Avelios? What's going on, dude? Let's tell people about the games. Avelios is running Solar Ox today, and apparently just getting slaughtered in droves. So he was just struggling to put painted minis on the board, though. So when schedules a meeting on Friday, I can come. Okay, cool. Yeah, the siege is so. He has not come in yet. I was surprised. I saw one of my local stores. I didn't check the other one, but I saw one local store already. They still had one left, and they had the new Mechanicum stuff too. They had the new boxes out. 33, 34, 42. Okay. Not you. Oh, that's what I want. Alright. $34. Does this have 42? It does have 42. Okay. This we get 38. Officially done with that sprue. Let's see, 37. It's true. Played 2 newer players. You played a lot of Rush Down the Board and Allow for Slaughter. Yeah. So we catch up with best intelligence being 7. Yeah. Yeah, I was fighting against Mechanicum in that second scenario, so. Bought a Dark Angels comic. Jeez, man. Jeez. Bought a ton of Gundam. PCG. Oh, nice. Okay. 7 had big hits. Yeah, guys. So, Zen and I, we were hanging out at the LGS yesterday before we went to eat, and he bought it was a set of Magic cards, and he's like, man, there's this one card. He's like, I've been trying to get this one card out of these sets. I've been trying for I don't know how long, for a long time, and bought so many packs. And he just bought this one pack, and he's like, okay, he's like, that'd be cool if I got it. Straight up pulled the card. It was like a $40-$60 card or something, you said. It's the birthday pool is what that is. So yeah, $45 card. It's great. A 360, yeah. So you're gonna sell that card and make money on it, right? I know, I know. Yeah, Zen, so, yeah, Zen bought us, Tokaido. You guys have played Tokaido? Board game? What's up, you Raptor? How you doing? So, I got home yesterday, and, and yeah, we opened it up. We were looking. They're both really excited to play it. Um, and we opened it. We punched everything out and got everything ready to play. So when we decide to play, probably this week, we'll play. Yeah, everything's ready and we'll try it out. It seems super simple though. Yeah, it's very like self-explanatory, which is really cool. Got that coffee to wake up. A cup of coffee sounds really nice. I have been drinking a lot of tea in the morning. On a, I wax and wane with the caffeine consumption. It is a bit of a waning period, and so a cup of tea has been nice morning for me. Yes, yeah, TCG Matt. I know. Yep. You claim that you have all this money worth of cards, and then you never sell them. The kind of the game about going and walk and collecting. Yes, that's the game. Yeah, you're going from Kyoto to Edo. That's the game. Get all these parts. I get this. It's really fun and relaxing. Yeah, I'm excited for it. We have a lot of... it seems like the competition isn't like it's not like a fiercely competitive game, right? It's like a simple, like pretty yeah, like relaxing game. So seems like fun. We have a lot of games in our house that is kill the other guy before he kills you, so it's nice to have a board game that's not that. We got, Painting Sun got Splendor for Christmas. If you guys have ever played Splendor, it's like the gem selling game, basically. But you have it has like the poker chips and your using the colors and collecting the cards to get more gems and that whole thing. And Painting Sun really enjoys that game. That game gets a bit frustrating. Not because, well, there's kind of ways where you kind of mess with people unintentionally because your strategy overlaps with someone and you take a card someone's like waiting for. But for the most part, it's, you kind of have your, oh, dang it, you kind of have your strategy and you stick with it, and you try to, you're just trying to get to like 15 points or whatever. That's the whole game. But we've played that a lot, and Painting Sun really likes that game. Yeah, there was one time he was getting upset that he was losing, and I had to tell him, I had to make it clear to him. I was like, dude, you gotta understand something. Like, we all play board games a lot, and the fact that we're even like keeping up with you know, adults, and that you're winning, you know, against adults and stuff when you play these games. I was like, you play against normal kids your age, you're gonna crush every one of them in all of these games. Like, that's just what's going to happen. So, like, don't feel bad about being 9 years old and losing in a board game, you know, to adults or something. And he wins Splendor every once in a while too. One kick out of playing with a friend group. Yeah. It is a lot of fun. It's kind of like that nice, like relaxing, and it's colorful and everything. But it's, you know, there's a bit of luck to it, but it's a lot of just like planning things out and thinking about your strategy and hoping your plan works. And yeah. Sagrada, okay. It's about using color dice that are rolled to make stained glass effect while following certain rules. Oh, that's cool. We have Azul, and we've played Azul a couple times. That one is a little more complex, and the one who wins that game the most in our house is the Painting Wife. And I don't know how she wins that game the most, but I feel like she has that game down pretty well. Oh, that goes on the inside like that. Oh, okay. Let's do that. She's just better. Yeah. Let me get good. Okay, you know what? Alright, there we go. Now this thing... these pistols don't fit on these belts properly. A little frustrating. Let's put that dude on the back right there. Something like that. Okay, that works. Alright, mister. You're done, and you're done. So let's get the robot people here. 49, 50, 51. Teaching Mysterium the other night, one player is a ghost and communicating with the other players through vivid picture cards about how they met their end. Oh, that's fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. One's called Mystic Paths, a cooperative game about describing words to move down a path. Its restriction makes it something hard and sometimes funny. That also sounds like a lot of fun. Cooperative games, I'm a huge fan of cooperative games. Whether it's like video games or board games. Yeah. The group versus the game, to me, is like the best way to play a game most of the time. Especially as a family. We play Pandemic quite a bit, and Pandemic is great for that because, you know, a lot of the times you just don't win. That's just how it is. And you know, kids can't really be upset about it. And, well, they usually aren't upset about it, mainly because, like, what do you you know, like, it's like we all worked together and we did our best and we lost. Like, that's just how it works sometimes, and there's no one to be mad at. There's no one that like ruined your plan or did something against you. It's just, that's how the game worked, and you know, we had some luck, and yeah. Yeah, but we have Betrayal. I was telling Zen about that game. Painting Wife and I played that game years ago, and we loved it. And we didn't buy it for a long time because I was wanting to get the Legacy version, but the Legacy version was already out of print. Like Hasbro, whoever owns the rights, WizKids or whatever it is, they never put it back in print. Well, eventually, I don't know, it was on sale or something. I don't remember, but I bought it, and we have yet to play it. So I might have to rope Zen in. I don't think it's quite appropriate for the Painting Sun right now. I don't know. Mydro, what would you say? Would you let your 9-year-old play Betrayal? That's House on the hill, right? House on the haunted hill or whatever. We're talking about the same game, I hope. Yeah, because I mean, maybe he'd like it, but yeah, we just assumed it was a little more mature for him, or a bit iffy. Okay, you'd likely wait personally. Okay, fair, fair. This makes it hard for a young kid. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking like I think the twist would be fun. I like the idea of how it goes from cooperative to one versus all. Um, I think yeah, for me it's more like the themes in it. Are they like, my son isn't a fan of like scary things at all. So, yeah, going into like, here's the knife and this lady is trying to kill everybody and you have to like stab her with these things first, and she was your sister or whatever, but now she's possessed. That whole thing might be a little bit much. Or the blood-soaked basement floor that you fell into or whatever. So, yeah. It's been a long time since I've played it. Teach the kids on what they're up for. Okay, yeah, yeah. So picking out specific scenarios and going for it. Okay. I don't even think I've opened my set. We got it last year. Did I get it as like a Christmas gift or something? Or painting? I don't remember. Imagine there's younger ages print on the game out there somewhere. Yeah, yeah. There, and sometimes those, I feel like the ages on games, I never quite see those as like, these themes, might not, like, it might not be appropriate for a kid. I always see those as like kids younger than this age might not be able to understand the rules. Like it's more of a maturity in understanding how to play the game. Yeah, yeah. Like Painting Son isn't keen on horror. Neither is the Painting Wife though, and she loved that game. So she had a blast playing that game. I think though, guys, and don't tell the Painting Wife I think this, but I think that she secretly loves board games. I have literally never played a board game with her that she has not enjoyed. And but she would never admit that. She's not a board game person, but man, does she get into board games. Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. Okay. You'd make your 14-year-old hold off. Okay, okay. That's fair. This was 52 and 54. There's 54. That's right, there's a robot. Okay, and then we have 48. And we'll do 47. Betrayal at Mystery Mansion with Scooby-Doo reskin. Oh my goodness, there's a Scooby-Doo reskin of it? I didn't realize that. We saw that they had expansions to Betrayal, and they had like a Pennywise expansion, like it, and what was the other one they had, Zen? We saw another one. I can't remember the one we saw at the store. It was a Christmas one. They had like an evil Christmas expansion. But having a reskin that's just Scooby-Doo is pretty great. Zen abandoned us. He left, apparently. Too good for us. Him and his giant Gundam TCG events. Oh man, I got to show you guys. I got my card, my bingo card stamped. I went in yesterday. This is all of the stuff I got stamped just yesterday. Felt pretty good at my local store. So I brought in, because I learned that you have to bring in the minis and show them when you paint them to get them stamped on the bingo card. So I brought in a box of all the minis I've painted this year, and yep, yeah, there's game against new opponent twice on the card. Yeah, there is. So I have to find new people to play against. But it's funny because I brought this box and he's like, "You've painted that all in January?" And I was like, "Yep." And he's like, "Okay." So we were going through things. He was actually nice enough. He stamped off, like, there were a couple where I had like extra because he stamped off like one and all this stuff. And he's like, I was like, I'll count that as a hero. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, sure. And he stamped it off as that and everything. So he did like one extra for me, I think, and counted it as something. And that was nice of him. So my painting, I have to paint 2 large models, a monster, and a terrain piece, and my painting is done on that. It's just all the games. I did play 2 event games today, so I took pictures of my games, so I'll get that checked off next time I go in. But because I was at a different store, but I got those 2 games done. The one I'm not confident I'll get is playing in, not playing in no opponent, but playing in a league or a campaign. The league or campaign has to be at the store. Has to be run by the store, and I don't know any leagues they have going on that I would get into. So maybe I try to find something real quick. There's like a Middle Earth League or something. Let's go. Okay. Okay. I think we're done assembling this. The last thing I want to do... So something I don't want to do is glue everybody here. I think there's some more pieces I gotta put on, but I don't want to glue everybody on the base to start. So, I'm going to put all of these minis on individual bases, and then I'll put the artillery on the big base. And that's how I'll separate this. So I'll go ahead and do that. I think I was there's some extra glue there. It was on there. But he bases his own minis. So this is basically just about what I want to do, and I think maybe I just tag it with a little super glue, and you know I'll get bases for these later. I'm gonna get these doors here because there is more to go. I didn't put on their backpack. Oh, okay, I have little Votan backpacks to put on too. One nice thing about having a set with not many options is you can tell when you're done is when the sprues are basically empty. If there's pieces left on the sprues, then you know you're not done yet. Your little backpack. Oh, I want to pull it off there. Okay. And your little backpack. Okay, backpack's on. Let's get the little door pieces here. So I'm going to try to make the most of, well, there it is, alright, of Tuesday and Wednesday stream. And then whether, I hope I can actually just paint minis. I want to be assembling minis. We'll see. I would also like, my goal is to release a YouTube video this week, continuing Thousand Suns stuff. So we'll get into that. And then I kind of want to I need to figure out some stuff to paint for myself. The next thing. Just continue on with more Saturnine Terminators. Maybe I paint some weapons for some other units. Add some variety to some things. So I have a lot of like Dreadnought weapons and heavy weapons and stuff that I can paint that are magnetized. That. Okay, those little doors, we'll put them on in a minute. Okay, so we have ammo boxes. Yeah, there's one solid box cut out here. Armies that I'm building, yeah, I mean, I have, so my vampire counts, I don't really have anything to paint. I have a couple like hero minis to paint for my vampire accounts, but they don't really add anything. Like another foot vampire. I'm never going to use more than one foot vampire if I use one at all. So like there's that. I have some fantasy wood elves that are sitting in some simple green. So like that's a thing, you know, but I don't, right now I don't feel like taking the time to scrub them all down. So like, you know, maybe my next thing is just stripping minis and, or not stripping minis, but cleaning my, or fixing my 3D printer and then going from there, printing some stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Collecting a new army sounds nice, but I don't know what I would do. Krieg. Oh, I'd love to have a Krieg army. That'd be great. Yeah. That'd be all about it. I don't want to pay for a Krieg army. So, that's a whole different beast, but man, would I love to have one. New stream goal? Yeah, Krieg army. Alright, $1,500, guys. That's where we're going. Let's just raise $1,500 and then I'll have a Krieg army. There. Okay. Cool. I would totally do the like old school. Oh, I don't know. No, the kind of bluish gray is like the newer way they do them, right? Or was that like the old school way? I can't remember which. It was just like the flat gray. I would want them to look super depressing, like the old Forge World style. He didn't send bases for those. Okay, so that's cool. I will get some temporary bases for the infantry, for these little artillery pieces. I have the doors here, and then that's it. Okay, and he sent my temporary bases back for the, what are they? The big robots. Cost, you choose an army from a system. From any system, what would you choose next? Ugh, I don't know. If I could just have everything for free, I would probably choose Krieg because, like, I already have my militia army, right? Like, all those militia troops. But if I had real Krieg minis, I would use those for 30k, and I could use them in 40k if I ever liked, 40k again. But yeah, they have a good aesthetic. I'm not too keen on the new Death Riders. They're not my favorite, but just like the infantry, the command squad looks really good. Yeah, might be one, or just starting a new legion in 30k. I see the rumor that there's going to be a new big starter box for the old world coming this summer. And the rumor is it's Tomb Kings versus Wood Elves, and the box may just be completely new minis. Like the whole box is new minis. And I have always loved Wood Elves, and I am like kind of thinking that would be a set I would buy to get some new Wood Elf stuff, because I have some old Wood Elf minis that are being stripped and everything. Some of the nice plastic, the current plastics, but yeah, I have those, but I'm getting some nice new ones. But I don't want to buy Wood Elves because, yeah, I might go halvesies with you. Yeah, I might totally do that. Because I don't. I mean, I would love to have a Tomb King. Any Warhammer Fantasy army, like Old World army, I would be more than happy to have, to paint, to play, any of that. I'd love it. But, you know, I still have my choices of favorites. But yeah, so I don't quite want to collect Wood Elves, because if I get Wood Elves, I kind of want the new stuff, if there's going to be new stuff. So I do like their current minis, but I want to hear, like, what are they replacing? I want to hear about what's coming before I decide on... This dude... Yeah, he's supposed to go, like, right there. Like, be putting this shell in here. So, very cool. I think I could maybe glue these in place and be fine. Because then I can glue these little ammo crates into place. Let's just do that. A whole bunch of plastic glue here. Melt this thing down. Put you about right there. Hey, Jaded Valkyrie, how you doing? Jaded Valkyrie, your mini fought valiantly today. Your Saturnine Terminator. The Saturnine were pretty cool. Taking with Tomb Kings and Seraphim. New Wood Elves are interesting, but don't really need three Old World compatible armies. Yeah. Like I said, Old World is one of those games where I would collect anything and be super happy with it. The one army I'd probably be least happy with would be Demons. Some reason, Demons of Chaos just never appealed to me. Yeah, it was cool. I really enjoyed putting the Saturn on the table. They kind of look weird on the table with everything else. Like, they're just so different. But yeah, I did enjoy them. That's right. Yeah, okay. Those are the appropriate shells. Those are the appropriate ones? Let's see. You go there. You have that one. Yeah, everything's good. Okay. Because that goes with that. Or is that not the right one? I'm gonna assume that's the correct one. I don't think they, Oh, that's right. Okay, well, no, hold on. That in the ground. I don't know. I don't know which one goes with which. It's kind of confusing, but... Demons Outside of Allies never appealed to me either. Yeah. I have painted some Demon minis. Very few, but I've painted some Demon minis, and I've enjoyed it for the most part. I painted the Greater Demon of Tzeentch, and it was really cool. It was Kairos. It's actually Kairos Fate Weaver, and I thought it was really fun. Like, being able to play with, like, fun colors, like blues and purples and everything was really cool. And Jaded, my day was good. Yeah. Played a couple games of Zone Mortalis today. It was a lot of fun. So, I had a good time. I did lose both of my games. Both of them were really close. One was so close that we weren't even sure who won. And we had to redo the math like 4 times just to make sure we had it right. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And oh, hold on. Grab this. I have my case sitting next to me here. Minis. There they are. Alright. Here you guys go. So, Jaded, this is your Terminator. So, his magnetized plasma here. Those magnets worked really well. Okay. So, got him. Here's the unit sergeant. So another one worked really well. Yeah, they put out a lot of firepower. It's cool because they fire both of these, and they are they're each a small blast. So you put 6 small blasts down. You just put a lot of hits down. And then this guy, I'm most proud of this mini just because he's stepping up on the ledge. And I love how it turned out. So, yeah, it was really cool. And they're super tough. I gave them psychic powers to make them extra tough. I made them toughness 8 at one point, which is really fun. They are 1-person artillery, yeah. Yeah, so it was really cool. Fun paint experiment, yeah. Speaking, you sent me... Yeah, I did see that, yeah. So the theme for the painting competition. I guess maybe I will paint some and enter into that. And that's this month, right? So, also, holy crap, my draw. I saw your stream streak. You have a 45 stream streak. That's insane. I appreciate that, dude. That's wild. Oh my gosh. You might have the highest streak of anybody. I'm gonna take a guess and say that's the case. So yeah, we assembled this artillery here. There's one, and we got the other with a little door open. So we just drop it, just break everything. And we got all the little people. So we're gonna glue all these guys as separate bases, just little temporary bases, and we're gonna paint them all individually. And then we'll put them together, which I don't think I will put them together. I think I'll just send them out to the client and then have him glue them, because he does his own basing. So I'll let him do his basing, glue these on as he wants to, and just kind of go from there. I think that's the idea. So we'll go for just a few extra pieces. Let me just make sure that thing. I don't think it goes with anything. Yeah. Kind of done. That doesn't look too bad to paint, though. We'll see. It looks a lot bigger. I always thought this was larger in pictures, but it really is just like a mortar, like a large mortar that shoots things down into the ground. So, okay. What's our next thing? What are we gonna do here? Do we start on the Capricus? I believe it's these 2 sprues. Those look like Capricus sprues. Go ahead and start on this tonight. By the end of February, that's what I was told. As opposed to the full flyer pass around. Okay. Yeah, I want to get more participants. That's fair. Alright. Trying to mess around with that. I was going to look up. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Magna Coil Autocannon. Which one is that? It doesn't tell you which one. I assume autocannon is this thing, but that looks like a Magna Coil thing. Wait, hold on. It's the carrier. Okay, so that only has the one weapon. It's just that one? Is that right, guys? What's a Magna Coil autocannon? What's going on, Estrella? Figure out how to equip this thing. I think the dual guns are the same no matter what. Why does the mortar shoot down? Because it's a reverse mortar and they're dwarves. So underground is a thing. Hey, thank you for that sub. I appreciate that. On YouTube. Welcome in. What is a Magna Coil autocannon? Guys, it's a Capricus, I call it Capricus carrier. It only has the one gun, right? On the top. Is that the Magna Coil? This is the Magna Coil autocannon then, right? Is that this thing? You vote. Ah, dang it. Alright. What use are you? Because they don't tell you. They don't tell you what these things are. Which is kind of a shame. But I guess if it's the carrier, then it just has the one weapon. So, whatever. We don't have to decide that until we're most of the way through the minis. So, we'll just go ahead and start. Is the Super Bowl over already? It's fun to hate watch the Patriots. Oh, okay. The directions don't direction. Yeah, I don't know why they don't put the names of the things on the sprues. It's annoying. Someone said there was a bunch of AI commercials and it was horrible. Patriots got waffle stomped. Oh, okay, dang. Good for them. As long as everyone has fun, right? Okay, what is this? 2 and 3. Alright, here's 2. First are bad and tons of sports betting ones, yeah. Can you see the back? Oh, the back of the, you want the rules? There's the carrier. And then that's the, this is the defender. So I need to figure out which top gun. Like, both of these could be the Magna Coil autocannon. They look like they would be. But also, it has to be this, because this is a twin Magna Coil autocannon, and then that's a Magna Coil autocannon, right? Because that's the same barrel. Yeah, it has to be the same. Has to be the same. Number 3. There's piece number 3. With have what looks like, yeah, those two top ones do, don't they? And then neither of them are the Magna Coil autocannon. Right. Sweet. Easy. Thank you, though, Avelios. I appreciate you looking into that. Everything in the bike is a magnet? Of course it is. Yeah. It's like the Blood Angels and everything's blood, or the Space Wolves and everything is wolf, but magna is the Votann word. Why does this seem early for the Super Bowl to end? I thought it would have gone on to like midnight or something. We'll get this first. Center console. Go just like that. Okay. Just like 4 words. Wolf has to be there. Yes, thank you. It was funny. I was chatting a bit after my second game, and my opponent, my second game was talking about. He's like, man, I really hate Space Wolves. I was like, yeah, here we go. Here it comes. Yep. Defense is being good and big booty Latinas during the halftime show. It was the one for you. All right, sweet. Was it like a low-scoring game? I heard Pedro Pascal was in the halftime show. Stroll leaving you hanging. Yeah, that's fine. I think he explained everything he needed to. Okay, yep, it'll fit right in there. 13. Oh, okay. I love seeing millionaires make lots of money in real time. It's a hobby of mine. You were there for the Latinas, yeah. Okay. What is this? They're like... Alright, put that on first. Okay, so let's get the next body piece and then... or the next half of the hull. This is like the Leagues of Votann. Is the El Camino? Is that the... Live in La Vida... Oh, I heard Ricky Martin was also there, so that quote is appropriate, my draw. Wasn't he singing? Yeah, Ricky Martin. Yeah. Yep. 2 people got legit married during it? Dang. Whoa, that's wild. Okay. How rich do you have to be to convince Bad Bunny to do your wedding? And then he invites, you know, gotta make it crazy, so he invites you during halftime show. That's wild. What a story. But yeah, this thing, it's an El Camino, right? Where it's like the car, but it has the pickup bed. That's what this thing is. Watching millionaires lose money in real time? Yeah. No, I play Warhammer. I see people lose money all the time. I don't need more of that. But I would love to see millionaires lose money in real time. That would be more entertaining. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's neat. So it's like a kind of like a big like celebration. I think that's really cool. Drake lost $1 million betting $1 million on the Patriots. That sounds nice. There's one thing I love, it's when that dude fails. Yeah. Yeah, last year, yeah, because last year it was the one dude, right? They had the song, was it Not Like Us or something? The yeah, Kendrick Lamar, yeah. I can't name one song. Oh, okay, I can name one song from Kendrick Lamar, but I can't name one song by Bad Bunny or any of this, but that's pretty funny. I love how this. Look at this little adorable space car. Look at it. Points for drawing. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me write something down here. I'll try to figure something out. Your points I'm sure your points are obscene, Mr. 45 stream streak. What if I just made a is 100,000 points unreasonable? 100,000 points might be not enough. Maybe 150,000 points. Send me a mini, I'll paint it, and I'll send it back. Is that crazy? Does that work for channel points? Just do like, and have the cooldown on it like one every couple weeks or something, once a month or something like that. Got like 28k. Yeah, Mydro probably has. He's probably sitting on like 500,000 or something. Okay, Mr. Pickup Truck. You going? Look, a little space car. It's great. Most people do 100k for their big thing. It sounds reasonable. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe I'll try for a little bit. You spend a bunch of points. I'll paint a mini for you. And I will not even. I'm not gonna set any parameters on it either. Like on the mini that I paint, we'll just kind of let it go and see if someone abuses it, and then yeah, we'll see. Paint that Deathwatch model I got. What Deathwatch model? Yeah, you do have a lot of streams to watch if you want that, but yeah, I like that. I like that. Give people a reason to save points and to earn points, right? That's how I keep you. Free commission. Someone out there like, I got a squad of Space Marines I need painted, so I need to save up 6 redemptions of this. 12 will be on the left. Put the other one on another sprue. Come on. Okay, there's 11. Yeah, just keep getting this little dude assembled. So I have this Capricus, the artillery squad, or the 2 pieces of artillery, and then 6 steeljacks that are gonna be melee focused steeljacks. So I think it's like pistol and power sword kind of thing. If we're having my friends paint you. Oh yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it'd be sick. Yep, going right there. Piece number 13. There's 13. Bit more of a mold line I can get an easy one there. Okay. For some reason we're still on step 1 of this mini, and I don't understand. There's so many pieces here. Okay. 30 and 31. That's 16 and 26. Okay, so it must be this sprue. There's 21. Here's 30. Okay. $30. No, don't tell me you did this. 1722. Are you kidding me? Why would they do that? Okay, look at this. This is piece 26. This is piece 16. 16 goes with piece 17. It's these little bulb pieces. That's 27. I think that might go with 26. But then this is... that's 31. I know you can't see it. 17 is on the other sprue. That's 17. But then I just clipped out piece number 30. And 31 is on this sprue. They're the same piece. There is nothing about this that is more efficient putting this here and the other one on the other sprue. Why? Why would they do that? 30k Terminators come with a full array of missile pack. They don't come with any missiles. The 30k Terminators? No. Because there's only certain Terminators that get those. Yeah, Chaos does organize the sprue. That is absurd. That is complete nonsense. At least this one is 26 and 27 on the same sprue. Shameful. It is really frustrating. I just I don't get that. Like resin or an upgrade sprue for Heresy? There are resin ones, because there are two Terminator units that use missile racks on their back. There's the Iron Warriors units that you faced today. I don't remember what they're called, but then there's the Ultramarines, Fulmentaris maybe, or something. The Ultramarines have a Terminator unit that literally copied the Iron Warriors. They saw it and thought it was a great idea, so they decided to do it. But I think it's a resin upgrade that most people 3D print. This one sprues were line of arms, line of bodies, and that was it. Yeah, and I like that a lot, and I also agree. I really enjoyed that. I can see where that's not as efficient, or you get less dynamic poses when you do that. So like, yeah, I mean, I guess I can kind of understand. And I get like trying to use every available like millimeter on the sprue. You know, you have limited space, and your time of manufacture is more based on how many sprues and not like how full the sprues are. So, you know, to make the most of time, they have to be as efficient as possible. If they can do that in the design phase, it makes sense. But that is just whack. Them doing stuff like that is crazy. Tiny little half a taco that's on the complete. Yep. I do that so much. Star Laser. It's crazy. Okay, I need 25, 32, 33. There's 33, there's 32. There's 25, okay. I think we'll finish these little pieces and we'll see if that's it for the night. So 33. Two, 25. Alright, these are 20, 28, 29. So there's 20 on this side. And I have 28, 29 over here. But the other pieces on there are on the other sprue. The Orc Commando set, I assembled and painted 3 of those sets, and yeah, it was an absolute nightmare. Yep. Complete nightmare. Every single time. I assembled 3 and painted 3 of those sets within like a month and a half of each other. By the 3rd one, I still didn't know where pieces were. It still took me 3 hours to assemble that kit because I spent so much time looking for pieces. Yeah, 10 models scattered across 3 sprues. Not one model was completely on one sprue. It was wild. Numbered 1X from top left to bottom. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Velios. Yeah. I remember back in the day, now the sprue layouts weren't as efficient, but if anybody here had a Space Marine land speeder, the old plastic one, that land speeder, if you bought one of those minis, it did not have an instruction book. And this was back like mid-2000s. There were no instructions that came with the land speeder. What they did for the land speeder, it was a crappy kit anyway, but what they did with the land speeder, they numbered the pieces 1 to like 50 or 1 to 45 or whatever, and you put piece 1 to piece 2, and then piece 3 on to piece 2, and then piece 4 onto piece 3, and that's how you assembled that whole kit. There were no instructions needed for it. It was weird, and the only time I've ever seen that with the GW kit. So we made an outline where each piece was on the sprue. Yeah, that's a good idea, and very helpful of that person to do that, because what a ridiculous set. Yeah, I know these go on a specific way. See if I can't figure out by looking at it which way this goes. Because there is a right and wrong way of putting this on here. I am almost positive. Maybe not. Maybe this isn't one that it is. Ah, see, this one is. There's a little notch right here. Can't even see it. There's a bubble right there. Well, the notch has to go where the bubble is. There we go. Alright. And then this little thing right here. That. Because the tires need to see where they can go. Old Tau vehicles are one page, yeah. Those were also terrible kits, though. Like, man, they suck. They were like rubber bands galore to make those things fit. That was my my land speeders. I remember putting those land speeders together, and it was like I took 3 like heavy duty rubber bands and like wrapped them around and held it tight and had them sit overnight with plastic glue. I remember my devilfish I had was similar. What's up, Mech Tech? How you doing? I think that just goes... Nope, it goes this way. There, that fits better. Okay. You're tired? You and me both. You and me both. A busy weekend? Okay, now this goes on the front like so. Yeah, it goes right there. Okay. Just like that. I'm going to try to get assembly of these done before Tuesday and try to get something primed. If I can't get everything assembled before Tuesday, I'll try to prime the artillery or like this thing, so I have something to do on Tuesday, something to start painting, and the steel jacks will just wait until later, but that'll be the plan. So we're going to put on the other hover pieces next time, or I'll do it on my own. We have the armored skirts, the crew inside the thing, and then we just put the guns on, and that's about it. So, okay, not too bad. You work on Sundays. Oh, okay, I get it. I'm trying to de-stress before I sleep. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, working, like, it's impossible to go to sleep right after you work. Yeah, I used to work third shift, and I would come home and try to go to sleep right away. It was almost always impossible. Even no matter how tired you are on the drive home, how much you're falling asleep on the drive home, you get home and you're awake, and it's like, whoa, great. Now I'm up for the next 2 hours, and then my whole sleep schedule's off. And yeah. Alright, well, MechTech, it was great seeing you, and I'm glad you're able to stop by, and I hope you get some good sleep. I am going to call it tonight because I am going to go get some sleep. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening and a wonderful Monday. I will be back on Tuesday morning around 11 a.m. And hopefully we'll be painting some Votann come Monday. That's the goal. So we will see. Okay. But all right. You guys have a wonderful evening, and yeah, see you guys on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.